welcome back to my channel. I'm sorry I didn't post yesterday. In fairness, I kind of did warn you, saying that I may or may not post yesterday. Nothing really happened yesterday. What generally, I realized I work so hard, constantly posting for you, every day, except for a couple times. Nor that a neighbor is doing yard work. Or I went I'm just gonna force myself to take a day off and not post for you guys. As hard as that is for me, I was just gonna force myself to do it, and I did. And it's hard for me because when I was little, I dreamed of social media and doing it. And now I have an actual chance, and now I do it. And so for me, it's when I tell myself, oh, I'm not going to post on this day, it makes it so hard for me because all I want to do is post. Because I love it. I love it as much as it is a lot of work. Or I generally love it. And hey, Sam. Okay, Sam decided to be next to me and be cute. And so it's hard for me to say, you're not posting one day. I am. Before I get into what this video actually is, which is, I'm going to be showing you, it's going to be kind of like some stretching and stuff, but it's sharing what worked for me. Because sharing what worked for me to get my splits is my right leg and my left leg. It's the exact same thing for both legs, for me anyways, just doing it on the opposite leg. Because generally not much really works for me, and there's people that I watch on YouTube that say oh, do all this stuff, and I'm like, none of that really worked for me. Only a few things work for me, but I am going to show you the few things. Oh wait, I've been wanting to show you this. Let me grab it. And then this one, it's a JoJo Lego set. This sign mode, I like to keep it out. We're going to do a little JoJo Lego house tour once I sit down. So here's what the front looks like. We got this side and we got this side. Then we're going to turn it around. Down here we got our main place. And then up here we got this whole area. We got a little Bobo up here. We got JoJo in here. And then we have a little balcony. And then we got our patio. I'm going to set it up here. But I want to quickly show you that what happened is kind of a funny story. Well, it's not that funny, but it's a little bit of a story behind it, which was that I got $5 from the Tooth Fairy, and when I got my tooth pulled, which wasn't fun. It wasn't fun, but wasn't that bad. The only part that I really didn't like the most was the needle. Because I had to get 4 shots in my gum. And first up, that was not fun for me because first up, I don't like needles. I'm not insanely scared of them, but I am a little bit scared of them. I don't like them one bit. Then on top of it, in my gum. That's just overall something that, when I was little, I would have freaked out by that. But me now, I wasn't the biggest fan of it, but, it wasn't as bad as if I was little. And then on top of it, my dad wasn't even in the room, which, fun fact, I have never, far as I remember anyways, got in the shop without like my dad being there. Like, and I would say like there has never even been a time when like just my mom took me or something like my dad has always been there. And so like yeah, that was interesting. But that day I ordered a JoJo Lego set. Well, my dad ordered it for me, but I gave him, come here. Yes, you can come. Yummy. Yeah. You having a good day? Yeah. He's hot and tired. Because he was outside before this. Because he was using the restroom and exploring the backyard. And I love him. But the story behind it was that when we ordered it, at first my parents didn't know what it was because I couldn't talk because I had dogs in my mouth and that I also didn't like. I didn't like that one bit. Like me, whenever I like lose a tooth, I always just use like a piece of toilet paper, usually a tissue, and then I just put the tip of it on so it doesn't bother my tongue. And that, no, not a fan. But then in a couple, what happened, that technically I was drooling all over myself to the point where my shirt was, like, wet. I know that's disgusting, but I kind of, because it was hard for me to swallow, because if I swallowed, my tongue would have to, like, touch the gauze and I wasn't big, so a couple hours later, my mom saw that I was drooling a little bit, and then she told me that if I wanted it, I could take it out, and if it was okay. So I took it out, and I was good to go. But when we ordered it, like, then I told them what it was and stuff. I was so excited, and I was talking about how I was gonna build it and stuff, and then we got it. It got here like really late at night, by the way. Like it didn't get here until like 6 o'clock at night, which is weird. Then, and opened it. I was getting ready to build it, and I couldn't understand the instructions. In fairness, these instructions, it was like one piece of paper, but it was double-sided. But each instruction, like each step, had like 5 different pieces. Like it would be like, it would show you a picture of 5 different pieces that you needed. And then it was kind of confusing to the point where my dad ended up helping me build it. I put together, he was instruction duty. We built it, it turned out cool. But then, that's a fun little story also. Yeah, that day was also like kind of a fun little family day because my brother, one of his daughters, and his wife like came, so it was a little bit of a family day. I'm excited for Wednesday. Wednesday I may or may not post. It's kind of a wait and see thing. If I feel like it, then like it's a wait and see thing because Wednesday is gonna be full blown family day. Also, I watched the J-Team every day since it came out. I watched it twice the day that it came out, and then yesterday I watched it, and later on I'm gonna watch it. Love the J-Team. But I ordered something else because I ordered it like, I want to say like the day that like the Lego set got here or something. Like I ordered it not too long ago. Like I feel like maybe it was I don't think it was yesterday. It might have been. Like I'm very quick. It's supposed to come here today, which was, my mom gave me like $2, and $2, or which isn't much, but I'm taking it considering I owe them like a lot of money and stuff. And I ended up ordering a JoJo blind bag thing that comes with the JoJo, and that's why I'm not wearing one right now, is because it is coming. And a little like SeaWorld wash off tattoo. But let's get into getting your splits. So for the first thing, but make sure you warm up. I'm already warmed up, ready to go, because I'm always warmed up, ready to go. We're going to start with a deep lunge. We're going to start on the right, but actually, no, we're going to start on the left, because Abby taught us something, which was she told us to always start on your bad side, because the first time you are working on like the first side, and the side should be your bad side, because that's the side that everyone's gonna like take a little longer to do and stuff. Then, even though like some they give us, we're gonna do Sam a deep lunge. You can let me turn you a little bit. Hand on the floor, or flex that back foot, or hand on your knee, whichever you want. And then we're going to pulse 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then we're going to hand on the knee, straighten that back leg. We're going to arch as far back, or just tap our heel, or just tap somewhere on your back leg. We're going to sit back on your leg. So, with that leg, you can either a steep lunge. You want to technically, I like to hold the lunge, just hold it for like 6 seconds, but you can hold it for longer if you like. And you're pulsing 10. I'm only doing 10. You should actually pulse more than 10 times, but I'm only doing 10 for this video to give you the idea. And pulsing just means going up and down a little bit, because the object behind it is to get your knee touching the ground, and it's good for you, but also I have my splits. But sitting back on it is when you're sitting on your right leg, pointing that left foot, straightening that left leg, and then we're going to do the same thing that we just did, but we're going to actually do standing first, or straight legs is what Abby called it, which is when one leg is behind, the other feet are straight, and you're pulsing down. See, like this. We're gonna put our arms together and like this, and we're gonna pulse 1, 2. Okay, I have horrible balance. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then we're gonna just put our arms straight down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we're gonna half split. Now, I'm gonna half split, which is when we're gonna take our left leg. And so like almost like you're about to sit on your legs. Like, you know, when you sit on your knees, you're essentially doing that with your left leg, but your right leg is straight out behind you. Point that foot. Straight leg, point that foot. And then we're gonna kick it up. We're gonna try to grab. we're gonna try to sit and pull it toward our back or our bottom. If you can't do that, that is okay. And then we're gonna set it back down. And then we're gonna do the same thing on the right side. Now here's the thing. The reason that you start on your bad leg, which for me is my left side, is because the first time you do this, because you're doing the same thing just on both legs, the first time we're like walking through it, we're slowly doing it, but we're getting it done. But when we go to do the other leg, we should be like, it should be very quick, and like, it should be our good leg, because it doesn't take as long. So we're going to deep lunge. You can put your hand on the floor beside you can, if you want, or just put your hand on your knee. And this time I'm adding something, but not really for like your splits. It's more just for like flexibility in your waist area. Ignore that. We all know I'm disgusting. Then we're gonna flex that, but we're gonna pull 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now for the end. For flexibility, if you want, we're going on our arms. So we're deep lunge, and our arms are coming down. Hold it, hold it, hold it, and hold it. And then come up. Hands underneath. Bend it. Grab it, touch it, then place it down, tap it, and then sit back on it. But you can go on your hand or your arms, your hands and arms. Like you can put your arms on ground next to it or in front of it. If you want more of a stretch in the waist area, I like to, because I have really bad, like my flexibility is bad. Especially in that like waist area and blah 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 blah. No. So yeah, it's okay, Sam. I'm gonna let Sam out. Yeah. Okay. But I like to because put my arms, it just gives me a good stretch. Now we're sitting back on. Now we're gonna we're gonna stand like this, and then we're gonna pull arms together. 1, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And straight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Half split. And I'm going to throw in a couple more things in a minute. Let me set you guys up. I'm not fully half splitting right because I'm adjusting you. And if you want, there's so many options you can do here. I like half splitting because, if you're really dedicated, because I would do this, but I can't on the couch. When you can watch YouTube and TikTok here. You can watch my videos here, or just any videos here. Like, it's a great little stretch that feels comfortable, and what it does is it kind of gets you the idea of what your back leg should be in the split. And then I always like to lean forward for more beginner stuff, but some people don't. And then as you get there, you can kind of sit up straight. So, yeah, hopefully that helped you out a little bit. And then don't worry, there is more. The next tip, I'm giving you 2 more tips. The next tip is generally, by the way, in a half split, if you want to work more on leg flexibility, you can kick your back leg up a little bit and try to pull it towards your back or your bottom or whatever. There's so many stretches you can do. The final tip, there's one more after this. This is generally hold it. Hold it for a little while, because Abby taught us this, which is that which is the fact that first up, make sure your hips are square. Meaning, if I'm like this, my hips are not squared. But if I'm like this, my hips are. Which is something that I'm working really hard in dance for, because whenever I do a split, my hips aren't fully squared off, and it's really annoying. Because every time I go to, I just not at that level. But keep doing this over and over again, hold it. And the reasoning is because Abby taught us that let's say you do a deep lunge, but you go down, you do a deep lunge, and then you immediately come out, it's like you never did anything. It's not helping your flexibility. You have to actually you have to actually hold it and do that position for more than just a second. Or else you're basically doing nothing, just wasting time. So the final tip that I'm going to give you is split. What I mean by that is try to do your splits. Even if you don't have them yet, continuously try. And what I mean is, here, I'm going to show 4 different levels. I'm going to show a super beginner. We're just going to do like that. That's oh, my foot. Then we're going to do one that's a little more advanced. Right there. Then we're going to kind of do one that's a little more towards the ground. And then we're going to fully split it through it. So whatever, just constantly work on your split one. And what you want with that is you want to actually push yourself. So you want to actually try your splits, see where you are, hold it for a couple seconds, and then it's okay to come out. Now never hold for more than a minute, because I heard, unless it's in dance class or something, because I heard from the Ripka twins or something one time in a video that you don't want to hold things for more than a minute, or else your body will you know how you stiffen up whenever you don't warm up. Whenever you don't warm up, your body is stiff and stuff. The same thing will happen, but in that making it really painful to come out. But yeah, but hopefully this helped you, and you actually want to go to a point where it hurts a little bit. You don't go where you're screaming in pain or anything, but where it hurts a little bit, go to that point and hold it. Then as you get more flexible, keep making that your goal until you have your splits. And then I do the same thing, this is the exact same thing that I recommend for oversplits, but like find something to oversplit on. Start with a really low object. And I would say don't even start with a dance block. Like start with a pillow. Then as you get a little more, then move up. But yeah. So hopefully this video helped you work on your splits. It's Wednesday, it can be a family day, so I may not post Wednesday, but I might, because my sister's coming. Peace out.